Well, welcome back to the GORE CLUB Podcast. I'm Steve Vessell.
I'm Ace.
And tonight we're doing some unboxings.
Unboxing
For the YouTube channel. And I'll probably put it on the rest of the world.
Yeah, you can hear it too. You can hear the unboxing.
We're entertaining enough, damn it. Anyways, man, how do we want to do this? I'm going to do a full. I finally got all of the X trilogy novelizations, so I'm gonna unbox those.
Well, it looks like by the size of that box in the middle, one of those books is extremely thick.
I don't know. It's funny. You can tell I haven't even touched any of these, so that's pretty funny. What if it's wrong? I don't know. I have so many packages upstairs that I'm like, I'll just save it for when I unbox. I have an entire bookshelf just filled of stuff, and I'm like, I hope I brought the right ones, but I don't think I bought anything else from the A24 shop.
I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah. If so, I'll just give it to Ace because he's a big A24 fan. What'd you bring?
Well, I thought since we were doing books based off movies from movies that were never based on books.
Yeah.
I brought a few from my shelf at the house. This isn't everything I own. I just kind of ones I grabbed as I was leaving. But I got the first one is the Once Upon a Time in Hollywood book that Quentin Tarantino wrote himself.
How do you find time? Dude, how does this guy find time to do anything?
Dude, I don't know. He must just be like, he must just like sit there and like, as he's like doing other stuff, he's just like recording it and writing it like from speech to text or something. But it like, and honestly, I read this, and if you would have thought like, well, what are you just going to read the movie again? No, it's like reading this book is like reading about what everyone else is doing in the movie when they're not on screen.
Okay.
So there's it's a lot different than the movie, and there's a huge history, like Brad Pitt's character from the movie.
It's 400 pages.
Yeah, you get his whole backstory.
Yeah. So
you find out his whole backstory, the stuff they allude to with his wife, the history of his pit bull, and how he got the pit bull. I mean, it goes into crazy detail on stuff.
You want more Rick and Cliff? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood Deluxe Hardcover Edition.
I know. I kind of want to get that one now.
And the Serpico.
But it's really good. I highly recommend reading it. And honestly, I wish Tarantino would write more books, because he did that one and the Cinema Speculation, where it's kind of a little bit of biographical, but a lot of it is movies that inspired him, besides all the ones everybody already knows. That book is really good too, and you get a little bit of history of him growing up, which is pretty interesting, and it explains so much about why he is the way he is today.
Yeah. I noticed there's no pictures in there. So we talked about this before we actually pushed to record. Is I miss buying novelizations as a kid, and in the middle they would have like 8 pages of either production stills or whatever. This one doesn't have it, but actually the back cover does.
Yeah, the back cover does.
It's got a little Charlie Manson back there.
There's a couple of pictures on the back of here that I don't think were even included in the movie, so these must be like deleted scenes.
It's just production stills.
Yeah, because it has that little girl talking on the phone. I was like, that definitely wasn't in the movie.
No, she's what the fuck? Yeah, it's like she should have been off camera.
Yeah, that's like her off camera. It only shows her in that scene where she's playing the little snooty little actress. And that's just like,
she is prepared. She's prepared.
But speaking of books with tie-ins with pictures from the movie in it, Twilight Zone, the movie, the book. This is definitely, and it's a special edition. I don't know what so special about it, but there is there's an introduction to the Twilight Zone by Rod Serling, and it
was he even alive when that movie came out?
I don't think so.
We're gonna find out, and then
but there's
make a note of it at the bottom of the screen.
Pictures in there from the movie.
My favorite.
Sure, there's none from the helicopter scene there. They kind of skip over that. But
I wonder, yeah, okay, because like that, and most people know that horrific story. Why don't you elaborate on this horrific story?
So yeah, a lot of sketchy work being done on set
by John Landis.
Should not have been working when they were there working. Long story short, a helicopter crashed and killed Vic Morrow and the 2 actors with him, who were children who should not have been on set. He went to court and everything over it. It's pretty interesting. And if you ever watch that series on Shudder, they do a whole episode about it, and it's pretty sad.
As much as I love John Landis films, that dude should be in prison.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. He should. I'm kind of
all right. I may cut some of this out, but I'm just saying, like, God, jeez.
Yeah.
And there's been so many like documentaries, but when I was a kid, you could only see it on television network.
Oh yeah.
I did like a little thing, but this is don't look at me. But this one actually, this has like really cool production stills. It's got John Larroquette with the KKK.
Yeah.
There's a whole scene in there during that little vignette, whatever you would call those. Like, it's an anthology, so like a little story within the story. Yeah. I just had to open to that.
Yeah.
John Larroquette with the KKK and a bunch of friggin', oh my God. They paid him in weed to do the introduction to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. That's a friend of mine.
Good stuff.
What else do you have?
This other one, Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Never seen this. I've never seen this. You just fucked up everything.
Yeah, it says this time the terror doesn't stop at the screen. And it's so funny. It's like a novel by David Bergantino based on the motion picture written by Wes Craven, based on characters created by Wes Craven. What's interesting about this is the movie's kind of meta. So when you read the book, there's an introduction to it where it's like
kind of meta.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Okay.
It starts with like from the journal of David Bergantino, the guy who wrote this book. So it's like finally finished the book. I'm lucky it didn't finish me first. What a great first opportunity to see him writing the novelization of the new Elm Street movie. So it starts off like you're reading the author of this book's journal, and then it goes into the movie, which is kind of like a neat little twist while you're reading the book about it.
I love that.
That's what's cool about if you get novelizations of movies. A lot of times they're written based on like the original script.
No pictures.
Yeah, no pictures in that one.
Carry on.
But a lot of times they like kind of like how they used to do like comic book versions of movies. Like Star Wars is most famous for like. I think the comic book version of Star Wars, they had written it before the movie was even done.
Oh yeah, there's aliens in there. You're like, what the fuck?
Like, why does Chewie look like that?
The Mos Eisley scene.
Yeah,
it has aliens. There's no way they could have produced back then.
Yeah, and so like a lot of times when you read some of the books, they'll have stuff included in it that was like maybe in the original script that just got either never filmed, left out, or was like a deleted scene. But it'll get included in the book because they're basing the book off the script they were given. 6 months before the movie came out, because they want the book and the movie to come out at the same time.
Yeah, and I like this. Like you said, these are books based off of novelizations of movies that aren't actually based on books. So they're not just slapping another cover like on The Shining.
Yeah.
When you go and buy that book, you can buy the cover that has The Shining movie poster on it, which I love. I'm a collector of that kind of style.
Me too.
Or you can just buy The Shining, but it's the same fucking book.
Yeah, it's just the same book. It's like I like to have the Amityville Horror. It's the same book, like Jay Anson.
Anson tells the truth, by the way.
Yeah, it's the same book. It's just, but it has the cover of the cover of it has the movie cover on it. Kind of like,
for God's sake, get out.
Yeah,
just get out.
Right now, I'm reading Monkey Shines, which actually was a book first. I think
it was a story. I think it was part of his Richard Bachman. I could be wrong.
No. That's The Monkey, which they have a book right now. There's Monkey Shines, which is the
Stephen King.
No.
Monkey Shines is not Stephen King?
No. He wrote The Monkey. And I always get those confused too, because the cover of the book that it has in the collection has like a little wind up monkey on the front of it.
Oh, I thought that George Romero directed
Monkey Shines.
And Monkey Shines is not Stephen King.
The little monkey on the cover of it has a little razor.
We're going to pause this. What?
Yeah, thanks.
Shut your mouth.
The new Monkey movie that came out.
No, I know that, you son of a woman.
That's the Stephen King story.
Oh, I am going to look this shit up. Ace is right. Fuck me. My whole fucking life, I thought that since they had worked together so much during the 80s, that I just automatically thought, I was like, oh, this is a Stephen King story.
I thought the same thing for years, because like I read The Monkey in the book because they have that new movie about it.
Yeah.
But for years, and I was like, this isn't anything like the Monkey Shines movie. And I was like, oh, it's two different things. Wow.
Yeah, there's even the collection of stories with that story in it.
Yeah.
That has that on there.
And the cover of that book looks exactly like the movie poster for Monkey Shines.
Bastards.
But yeah, George Romero directed that one. It's the guy in the wheelchair, the Monkey Shines, and the little monkey that helps him, whatever. Anyway,
Helps.
Yeah, but I'm reading that book, and the cover of that book is from the movie.
Yeah.
Long story there.
Long story short, Ace is right. That's awesome, man. I love being educated. This is really good because Wes Craven, Nightmare on Elm Street, this is such a tumultuous whole story between Wes Craven and New Line Cinema and Bob Shea and all that crap. So him to come back, this was awesome. And then, of course, he did Scream right after, which became a real meta.
Oh, yeah.
Meta Giallo.
And there's...
Giallo meta.
I think there's I've seen, they're really expensive if you can ever find the other novelizations of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
I have one that came out in the 90s and it has three stories and then a prequel story when he was got caught and going to, on trial and stuff. That I can't remember if Wes Craven wrote that, but the story from Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3 is the story that he wrote. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
And I don't know where that is, but it's absurd. It's in my bookshelf.
There's that one, and then there's other books that's just Freddy Krueger themed books. I've never read any of those.
Yeah, they're very Goosebumps.
Yeah, it's kind of like Freddy Goosebumps kind of.
They did the same thing with Jason.
Yeah.
People always remember the hate, kill, repeat storyline, but before that they did a very splash color, neon color Friday the 13th Jason, little almost what do you call that? Not preteen, but youth.
Youthful Jason?
No. Little JC. No, it's the youth market section of the horror.
Oh,
whatever.
the young adult?
There you go.
Yeah. Young adult.
Young adult.
And the last one I brought here, this is for, all the people who are very well read. Why
are you watching this?
like to enjoy literature. And some of the literature I do enjoy reading is Terminator 2 Judgment Day, the book.
He's preparing for 2025.
I've never read this.
Are you going to?
Actually, I'm going to start right now. Day
14-hour
podcast. No,
driving through the Mexico desert.
Yeah, well, yeah. The interesting thing about this, I read the first page of it, and it literally starts where the first movie ends. As the first movie ends, where she's driving off in the Jeep to Mexico, that's how this book starts.
He says there's a storm coming,
and she's driving through Mexico. And it starts in 1984, and then the next chapter jumps to 2029. All the way in the far, far future
of
2029.
No.
Yeah. And basically, and this one in 2029, it's a nearby playground. Intense heat had half melted the jungle gym.
That's one of the best iconic scenes.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. Randall Frakes wrote this. And there's also Don't Miss the Making of Terminator 2 Judgment Day, behind the scenes interviews, photos, and production designs, which is also a book you can buy.
Can I see that? Oh my god.
If you ever wanted to read the making of instead of just watch a movie about the making of.
No pictures. This is badass. A lot of people may not remember, they actually did a Part 3, but not the movie. They did it as a ride at Disney World.
Oh, yeah.
Terminator 3 in 3D.
Yeah.
It was a big fucking deal. It was a big production. It was like a 4D roller coaster. Remember those?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you can feel it as well as being. Okay, anyways, fuck me.
But books like this, back when I was a kid, we didn't even have a movie theater in the town I grew up. So to go watch a movie, we had to drive one town over. So it wasn't hey, just drop me off. It was no, it was a whole ordeal. So there's a lot of times I never got to watch movies, so everybody would be at school talking about man, have you seen Terminator 2? Oh my god, blah, and talking about it, and I would be no, I haven't seen it. My mom won't let me watch it or something. But then you would go to the book fair at school and find the novelization of Terminator 2, and then I could read the book and find out what happened in Terminator 2. That way I could talk about it with people at school.
Those old classic scholastic book fairs were badass because you could get ghost stories. I told Katie a story. Our producer Katie and Dave are busy right now, but I found a break-in a book about breakdancing as a child, and she found the exact fucking book and gave it to me for Christmas, and I was like, son of a bitch, I'm gonna start doing this shit now, baby.
Start breakdancing, get my cardboard out.
All right, well, fuck it, I'm gonna get ready.
So I can't imagine if the mailman bringing these boxes to your house, and they're like getting the packages out of the mail truck, and they see the A24 tape on it, and they're just like, oh God, this guy.
You and your uncles. I got my Maxine gloves on. I got my Mrs. Voorhees knife. People always ask. So when I say my Mrs. Voorhees, because this is the exact stamp, style, and type of knife that Pamela Voorhees used in the original Friday the 13th.
Yes.
It's a very specific kind of knife. Anyways, let's dig in as I cut myself into half. That doesn't make any sense.
You cut your life into pieces.
Oh God, I hate you.
Don't cut through the book.
Well, I dulled this because I used it for a cosplay not too long ago. Oh. We do a Friday the 13th event on every Friday the 13th, and I dressed up as Mrs. Voorhees. Damn it. Okay. Sorry.
You'd have to be like me and just like rip it open like a gorilla, just like.
I don't want to do that.
That's how I open boxes at home, just like rip them to pieces.
Lord help me! Oh. Here you go, Ace.
You got a little. Oh, I was hoping it was a postcard.
I don't know what this is.
I don't even know what movie that is.
They packaged it with. Oh, it's like a ship. This is really nice, actually.
Man.
It's a foil stamped little envelope, and all it is the shipping information. Thank you for your order. A24. Because they care, Ace.
I feel like I could have got that. You could have got the book like $10 cheaper if they didn't put that fancy fucking envelope on there.
It is nice. I feel like I just won an award. Like I'm gonna and the award goes to Ace Carrier.
You have to like do it and like blowing it and then pull it out.
Oh, shut up. Just shut up. And then they wrap it like it's a piece of cheese.
Yeah. Got some deli meat in there.
Yeah, I'm at the butcher shop, which is kind of fitting. So I don't know which one this is going to be. Is it going to be X? Is it going to be Maxine? Or is it going to be Pearl? Oh, it's Pearl.
Pearl.
Ooh, feel that.
Ooh, that feels good.
Doesn't that feel nice?
That's a nice card stock there.
It is. In 1918, blah, blah, blah. So Tim Waggoner has been doing all the novelizations of these for A24, and I cannot wait to dig into these. He is in like a Bram Stoker Award author, and the cover art is by Matt Ryan Tobin. I follow him on Instagram even before I knew he did these, and he does some of the most best alternate movie posters for some of my favorite movies. I'll put a bunch of them up on the screen. And so this is based on the motion picture written and directed by Ty West. So, which is weird because Pearl is actually written by Ty West and Mia Goth.
Yeah.
Maxine was all Ty West, but this is when they were doing this. They were
they did X in New Zealand.
So yeah,
and
right
COVID,
and during COVID,
they get shut down because they did shut down in New Zealand. Like you didn't go anywhere,
right? But the thing about New Zealand is that it all gone through the process of being isolated, and since they were in New Zealand, and this is the same crew that did Avatar. The Way of Water. Nice. So what the fuck? I mean, if you've seen Pearl, the production value in that movie is just like Disney meets, I don't know, Wizard of Oz meets fucking American Gothic horror.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorites of the trilogy, even though I have to say Maxine is my favorite just because of the subject matter.
I think it has the best acting in it.
You sons of bitches, there's no pictures.
Because her at the end of that movie is amazing.
Oh, God, yeah. But I love it. On the back, it's got the rotten pig.
Yeah.
That the girl that the family puts on their front porches. And, it's a nice little, like, hey, this is like the fucking during the Dust Bowl era of time. Was it 1918? So if you haven't seen Pearl, I mean, there's no spoiling it. Yeah. I would actually tell people to watch Pearl first.
Yeah,
because it is a prequel, but I wouldn't watch them in order. I'd watch Pearl, then X, and then Maxine.
Yeah,
because X goes right into Maxine.
Yeah. And if your mom won't take you to the theater to watch, let you rent Pearl and watch it, you can read the book and tell all the people at school you saw Pearl
in secret. But here's funny. We just did a full episode on American Giallo. And it's centered around body double, but this cover and the way it feels is very pulpy.
Yeah,
I think that's very much on purpose. I don't know because I haven't seen the rest of these books, but to me, this feels like if you own an old Giallo, like a real Italian Giallo book, I do. They have that rough exterior because it's made out of, like, if you're a fan of Tarantino movies or whatever, pulp fiction is because they used shitty paper for everything. And I'm not saying 24 did that, but they reproduced it that way, so that's exciting.
Yeah, this is pretty neat.
Next. We'll go with the big boy here. Or the big girl. Or whatever. As I rip it in half. You can put it in my hole.
See if it stays there.
I got another beautiful card. A beautiful thank you, probably.
You're like Johnny Carson when he used to do like the Amazing Karnak or whatever, and be like,
God, you're old. Johnny Carson's an old
like
TV show
3
host that
things
Jimmy
that-
Fallon took over, like part 3. Like he's like the 4th host of that show. Late Night with Jimmy Kimmel, or Jimmy Fallon used to be the Late Night with Johnny Carson.
Yeah.
That's where Here's Johnny comes from. The show.
Yeah, if you ever watch The Shining, Here's Johnny is from Johnny Carson.
He had this goofy little bit part in there where he would put on this really big Swami hat, very, very racially insensitive. But and then he put the envelope to his head and he would give you the answer.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, it's going to be an X novelization. And then you open it up.
He'd have to do the thing, and he'd do like the whole like blow, and like there's a whole to do, and he'd be like, he'd pull it out, and he'd like say the joke, and he'd be like, hilarious.
God, our podcast is just for old people now.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. Start making David Letterman references on here. I'll start throwing pencils at the camera.
Nobody knows what you're talking about.
You get it?
I do. Oh my God. Okay, back to the beat. Oh shit! Wait. This is 2 books, so I don't even know what the fuck this is. Okay.
Well, bonus.
What? Oh,
You got Pearl again.
I got Pearl again. Guess who just got a gift?
Oh, nice. I have Pearl now.
What the fuck? So this is what happens when you order stuff and you're not sober.
Yeah, there's a. Yeah, because if you look on the website, you can buy the whole trilogy for $45. Which actually is not that bad of a deal. That's $45.
Well, they're $18 a piece plus tax. I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that when I was on my phone. But anyway, damn it, this is the Maxine one and the Pearl one. How badass. That's why it's big. That's why it was pregnant.
Yeah, I was like,
Had twins.
I was like, how long is the Maxine novelization?
Oh my gosh, this is awesome.
I love when you open the first page of this, it just says, I'm not staying on this far.
This one's like, I'm just dying for some good news.
Nice.
Oh, wow. And no, there's no pictures. Okay, fine, whatever. But the back has the VHS of the For Maxine. If you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. And if you haven't, why are you even here? But this is cool. I love it. And again, it's the same style. It's the pulp cover. You may even touch my Maxine. Oh, nice. Maxine is my favorite. And Maxine, the beautiful Fango cover, is my favorite of the thing. I think Pearl is a better film.
Oh, yeah.
It's better made. The acting, everything. Plus, I love period pieces, but I love the time period that I grew up on. And they don't just shove it down your throat. It's not like everything is not like exactly cookie cutter. And I think a lot of filmmakers are getting that. They understand like, well, it's going to have stuff from the 70s and even the 60s in this scene because that's what we did. People don't throw shit away.
Yeah. Yeah. I just love that picture of her just like that looking over her shoulder like that with a little thing.
It's so badass. And again, the cover is by the same guy, Matt Ryan Tobin, and he'll be at Horror Hound Weekend at the end of March. So when this episode comes out, which could be November, then I'll be like, oh yeah, good job. Thanks, Steve. So this is badass. I love it, this man. I love that you have the silhouette. I'm not blowing anything out of. I'm not ruining anything. That's her father in the background.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun.
Spoiler.
So badass. So you just got gifted.
Nice.
That'll be $24.
I also saw while you're opening that one up, I was looking at some other books he wrote. And on top of like, he has like tons of these series that he's
Tim Waggoner.
Yeah, Tim Waggoner. He's written a lot of these other series of books, a lot of collections. Some of the other novelizations for films he did, XXX, Return of Xander Cage. So it's not the only movie he's written a book about with the XXX theme.
This is awesome. Oh, okay. So I'm pretty fucking sure. Hang on.
Interesting. What is that?
So this is not the thank you note. I see it in there though. This is so. Hang on. I'm going to pause. This is like, oh my god. Okay, I'm not going to pause. This is like a little pamphlet of satanic panic propaganda bullshit.
Oh, nice.
You open it up and it's Goya is like one of his black paintings. I forgot that series, but it's like the
Reverend Brazar album cover. That's how I know it.
And it's got like these examples of like evil movies in the it's like The Thing and Satan's Mistress. And My Mother Surrendered Me to Satan.
Yeah.
Like this is like a collection of for the time, if you've seen Maxine, it's the Satanic Panic.
Yeah.
And this has like all the symbols of Satanism. You got to watch out for your children are being indoctrinated. So
this is how you used to have to find out about this kind of stuff, is they would have to make little pamphlets and hand them out. And now you just get on TikTok and some neckbeard tells you that there's some celebrities are worshiping Satan or some bullshit.
It's a cool little poster. And I'll zoom into all these covers, even Ace's stuff and pictures. It's a Halsey, so when they release the movie posters, they'll do like for Scream, they'll do like different actors with the Scream mask. And they did the same thing for Maxine. So it's Halsey as Tabby Martin. I'm going to the Hollywood Hills for a party. You want to come? Thank God she didn't.
Yeah.
This is rad.
Yeah, now just imagine I'm on TikTok and I would have to read this and be like, did you know the 4 basic stages of satanic types? And I just point at it like this while some computer reads it to you.
That's what
Get it, kids?
That's what I love. That's so many different levels of Maxine. Like when you go back and watch and you realize, I mean, okay, if you've seen our episode on Maxine, you know what we're talking about, where the protesters are actually the Satanists that are killing everybody and making it look like the Night Stalker's doing it. And that's why I love Maxine more than their other two. Pearl is a better movie, but god damn, I love Maxine. I love the layers. I love Giallo. I love everything about it. I love the Hollywood sleaze.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, the music. But yeah, this is literally like, I forgot the name of that book that came out where the girl went back and had false memories of being abused by her parents in a satanic cult.
Yeah, that started a whole
Somebody
thing.
remembers. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
I can't remember. That's funny.
Yeah.
I can't remember her memories. But anyways, wow. So this is like an extra little book because I haven't even got to the fucking book yet. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a nice added little bonus there. That's for educators, law enforcement, librarians.
What book is this?
It's 3 books written by Tim.
It's going to be X. Wrapped in butcher's paper. That's what this stuff's called.
Get some gabagool in there.
Oh, yeah. In 1979.
Nice.
This is one of this. When this movie came out, I'm like, this dude gets it. He loves the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Bloodlust for Youth.
Yeah.
Here, check it out.
This movie really was all word of mouth. That's how I've heard about it. Like, I didn't even saw a preview for it. I just kept hearing people talk about like X, man, you should watch it. It's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and porno. I was like, yeah, awesome. But it's really good.
Oh, I was totally down. Plus, I love Ty West. I loved all his I found him through even before House of the Devil. It was the the anthologies. I can't think right now.
What are you, VHS?
Yes, thank you. The VHS anthologies. That's how I found Ty West, is the VHS anthologies, and then he did like House of the Devil. So this is his when this came out, I was like, oh yeah, he's doing he loves genre. He loves
House of
retro.
the Devil rules too.
It really does. It's either you really like that movie or you think it's eh. And I think the same thing for this. People originally when X came out, they were just like, yeah, I get it. It's like, you get it. Okay, so nothing at this point in time in horror is going on like this. Everyone's trying to do it since I don't know, a Wrong Turn and House of a Thousand Corpses started bringing back like old school stuff, and you get Grindhouse and all that other stuff. Like it's like that kind of stuff is kind of faded. Yeah. And he's like, is it? And if you do it right, and these movies, this trilogy, he talked about doing a 4th one if Maxina did well, and Maxine didn't do as well as he'd hoped. So who knows, man? Yeah. I haven't even looked up his IMDb if he's working on anything, but this is I'm glad this was last. Because getting this fake fucking not today's Satan pamphlet,
that's
which I can't really. Actually, I'm more excited about this because I know the movie backwards and forwards. But
that's like one of those things they would send out to police stations to let you see how to spot satanic gangs or something like that.
So as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, I'm surprised that this came with X and not Maxine.
Yeah. Maybe it's wrong.
Well, but, I mean, I know that this came out first, and then Pearl, and then Maxine. Literally, this cover, I saw it on the on Matt Tobin's Instagram page, where he's like, "Hey, I got the new cover coming out," and I was just like, "Yes, thank you." And that's probably the night that I double ordered Pearl and whatever. But yeah, I am super excited. And of course I'll do slow motion sexy shots of all of our stuff.
Yes.
But this is a great unboxing and on a trilogy that I love. And I like all those movies. I'm surprised. The Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Yeah. I want you to read that. You should record that as an audio book.
Sit around and put your glasses on and
well, I'm just saying,
get a glass of.
We'll do a Gore Club fucking book club.
Yeah, we could all read Terminator 2.
No, I want to read the graphic novel. But I don't know. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, having a good time with us. Hopefully, we try to be entertaining, but I don't know. I guess at the same time, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's not true. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Not today, Satan. Not today, Satan. Oh, my God. Gore Club Podcast. This is the Gore Club Podcast with Steve Vessell, Ace